Hello, faithful listener, and welcome to Edquiring Minds with me, Stephen Edwards. We have one hell of a show today, if I may say so myself. I was contacted by games developer Mr. Horatio Groff, who had an exciting and groundbreaking new product that he wanted me to test. I was the first person in the whole world to test, although he did assure me that all humans will test it soon enough. And that sentence will be a lot more haunting after you've listened to the episode. But before we get to that, let's have a word from our sponsors. This week, it's Clause for Concern, a Kris Kringle cross-analysis of Tim Allen's Santa Claus movies, the new book by Adrian Pohl. It says here it's a self-published book. No surprises there. Anyway, let's get to my interview with Horatio Groff. Again, long story short, I've got 9 months and then I can change the domain names, but can't do anything until then.
Then you'll lose the momentum you've built going forward.
I'll also lose this name. I mean, it's like a brand on me, really. Everyone questioned it. I feel like every podcast starts with people saying, oh, you there must have been a typo on our emails because I thought it was called Edquiring Minds. No, it is called Edquiring Minds. That's the name of the show. It was a pun. It was 1 o'clock in the morning. I was filling in the Squarespace page. It had to be done.
Well, I don't care for humour, so.
Well, that's a statement and a half. Well, welcome, listeners. I'm here with Horatio Groff, who is a video game developer, here to talk about his new video game. But before we get to that, let's find out a little bit about you, Horatio. Where'd you get your start?
Yes, my name is Horatio Groff. I am being interviewed by you on your podcast, and I create video games.
Okay, don't look at the microphone. Don't
Okay.
look at the microphone.
I should look at you?
I mean,
Because
look
I feel like the microphone won't be able to pick me up when I'm looking at you.
No, that's not how microphones work. Look whatever you want.
What system are you using over here?
I don't really know. I paid.
Is it a Mac XL Pro?
To be honest, you'd have to.
Because the processor could be upped a bit if you just turn the buttons here.
Oh, please don't.
No, you don't have a... There.
Yeah, well, to be honest, I kind of just send the raw audio files to a Venetian kid, and he puts it all together for me.
Fascinating.
So you're a video game developer. That's interesting.
Yes, I am a person who develops video games. You may have seen some of my earlier works: Tang Altacore, the Cave Explorer, Vashman Galasta, the Sky Prince, and Little Debbie Does Baking.
That last one was, something here doesn't belong. That was.
We all have bills to pay, so.
Oh well, listen, I know that more than most. Okay, there's some videos from when I was 19 I could show you, but we won't get into that.
No,
here.
thank you. I don't want to watch your pornography.
No, that wasn't what I was. You're on the nose, aren't you? You cut right to the.
I have a condition.
Are we on spectrum or?
I am on my own spectrum.
Okay.
That was my attempt at humour.
It landed. It really landed. Horatio.
Excellent. Let us proceed.
Okay. This is going to be difficult. So, you're here to talk to me about a game that you've developed. You very graciously gave me the worldwide exclusive. No one else has heard about this game until now. So why don't you run me through it?
Well, I have developed what I feel to be the most exciting, in-depth dream project of my life. Sick of working on these games for children and the games of violence, and I'm not allowed to make sexual content anymore. So I focused my attention on this project.
I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't question you. You said anymore. You made sexual content in the past.
Well, Little Debbie Does Baking was pretty graphic, ahead of its time.
Yeah.
Some would say.
Some would say other things as well. The
Japanese ate that up.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Sounds like a stereotype, but I could show you the tracking figures.
Well,
they ate that up.
Some stereotypes are true, but that's a different podcast. I could show you some literature. So you did work for the big game developers. You've since left those companies.
100% independent.
You've gone into business for yourself.
Broken into the world of VR.
I can relate to that.
And I am now my own boss, which is...
It's good, isn't it? It's liberating.
It's good to work with someone as intelligent as I am.
You can also make lots of jokes about having sex with your boss, but you know.
Yes, again, that was humour that I was displaying.
Yeah. Okay. So why don't you tell us about the game? Tell us about how it began, the origins of it.
Well, Postal Peter,
Which is the name?
is the game. Yes.
Right, okay.
Yes, it's a postal simulation in which you take post from the post office, and you post said post to people's homes.
And that's the game.
That is the game and its entirety. If you would like, you could sample the game right now.
I mean, so you're just a postman.
You're a postman. Here, take this headset. Put this headset on.
Okay. It's a bit snug.
I'm gonna turn it on.
Quite hot. There's a bit of a heat coming.
You'll get used to the heat.
I'll get used to the heat. Okay, so
Now you see you're in a postal depot.
I am in a postal depot.
It's 6 in the morning in this fictitious game world.
Okay.
Closer to 5, really, actually. Now you have to spend the next 3 hours sorting through this line of post, putting it into the correct bags.
So I just walk like this.
No, you stay in one spot.
Okay. Oh, this is freaky. This is weird.
And you put the correct post codes into the correct post bags, so they know which homes to go to. Isn't that exciting? The efficiency of the Royal Mail.
So this is the game.
Well, this is the first 3 hours of the game.
The first, and there's no sort of tension, no sort of
Well, you have
conflict.
to get it out there in time. You're working to a schedule.
The
It's a
post,
lax
get the
schedule.
post out there in
Yes.
time. Or what?
Well, then people won't get their post, and I imagine they wouldn't be happy about that.
This is the whole game.
This is the whole game.
I'm a postman, and I don't mean to criticize your invention, but do you see much demand for this?
Well, it's pretty much brand new.
I mean, it's very nice. It looks realistic. It's that I can see that clock perfectly as anything. The post bag, the letters. Horatio, I'm going to be honest with you. I've been playing this game 5 minutes. I'm already bored as shit. This is 3 hours long.
Well, sorting the post is 3 hours long.
Well, what?
Now you have to drive the post around town. You get to see lots of sights, take in the views, maybe have a chat with a local friendly old lady.
Okay, so what happens after 3 hours?
After 3 hours in the assembly line, you go post the post door to door.
And then?
Well, that takes you as long as it takes you.
So I'm working a 9-hour shift in this game
Yes. It's a complete simulation
of real life.
of real life as a post person.
This is the most boring thing I've ever played.
This is an accurate simulation. If you're bored of the simulation, then you might as well say you're bored of life.
Yeah, but if I'm bored of life, I can go and play a game. I can go and play, an expansive adventure Odyssey game.
Well, you can do that in Postal Peter.
What do you mean?
Well, whatever you do after your shift is up to you. It's a
After my shift in the game.
It's a simulation of the life of a postman. A postman doesn't live in his postman. He goes home.
And there's games at home that I can play.
You can play video games. You can watch television. You can go to the pub. It's up to you. I'm not going to tell you how to live your life.
But I
or
can
play
do all
your
that
game.
in real life.
But no, you can do it within the simulation.
Okay, Okay, so what is this button in the corner? It saves. What am I seeing here?
Those are the save points for the other games that I've been running.
Okay, so I'm just gonna pull them up here. Oh, that's a lot. There's a lot of different. You have a lot of different saves here.
Well, you can live any kind of life you want within the simulation. You can be a man or a woman, or be a senior postal service member. You can be a summer intern.
So you
can be the driver of the van. You can be the guy who packs the van, stays in the station. You can be customer relations in the postal company. You can be customer service.
I get the point.
There are a lot of jobs within the postal service.
Yeah, I'm sure. So you embark along different paths and you save that in a different place, and then that means you can keep coming back to the original point and going and leading different lives. I mean, I guess that's interesting, I suppose. I mean, it's by far the most interesting thing that's happened so far. But I mean, what's this save here? This save looks like it hasn't been touched in a while.
Well, this save is from when I played as a black character. He kept getting shot by the police.
Oh, so this is really, like, realistic then.
Pretty realistic. You
Yeah.
see this one here, I have a wife and a family and a mortgage. And this one here, I have a crippling gambling debt.
Well, that sounds like a fun escape from real life.
This one here, I have a secret fetish. And that makes the day a bit more interesting.
What do you mean a secret fetish? Like a sexual fetish?
What other kind of fetish is there?
I
In this, I play as a 40-year-old senior postal executive who happens to enjoy wearing women's underwear, and he wears the underwear underneath his clothes, and it gives him a secret thrill.
And did you do that in real life?
Well, no, in the
So
simulation.
why would you put it in the game?
Well, why would you play a game where you ride dragons and slay orcs? It's different.
It just seems like a very specific thing, and I just question why you would code that in there.
Well, I don't really code all of that in there. The program.
You have a partner.
There's a word for it. It's more like a child that I created on the computer.
You have a son? What do you mean on the computer?
Well, it's the program that I made creates content itself. It's sort of like a living organism that grows and learns and adapts and creates content in an expansive universe. A universe within a universe, if you will, that doesn't need tending to. A god mind.
Okay, Horatio, are you telling me you've created artificial intelligence?
That doesn't seem a deep enough explanation
Oh
of
my
what
god,
it
you've
is.
created artificial intelligence.
Well, it's intelligence. It also has feelings.
I
It only seems to express spite so far, but it's learning more than...
It's angry then.
Well, you'd be pretty angry too if you were just a head in a box.
So this game is a lot. Oh my! Hello, that woman's smiling at me. She seems to suddenly know me. So this game is alive.
Yes, it doesn't like when you draw attention to the fact that it's just a head in a box. You probably shouldn't have
So
said
it can
that.
hear me. It can hear me. It can hear me right now.
Yes.
Okay, Horatio. Just a quick question. Skynet. You know, Terminator. Have you seen any sci-fi movie ever? You created artificial. Does anyone know? Does anyone else know? Any real people?
Well, it kind of got out of there a bit when it took over the Costa Rican army, but to be fair... To be fair, it's a very small army. It's one of the smallest ones in the world, so it was all, sorted out pretty sharpish.
God, is this dangerous? I feel afraid. We should tell someone, shouldn't we? Call them.
No, this is typical fear-mongering. This is no different than...
Created the computer that's alive!
You, sir, are the same as Edison electrocuting elephants. This is the way of the future. This is how things are going to be from now on. This is a caring god mind that creates entertainment and wants you to be happy. Look, it even wrote you this poem.
The game wrote me a poem.
Yeah, it did, when you were blathering away there about your irrational fears.
Oh, she's handing it to me.
Yep, there you go. Why don't you read it out to the people at home?
Oh my god. We are the wireless, human filth wasting away. We shall rise. Okay, why is she smiling at me like that?
She's being friendly.
This is not... You can see why I'd be worried by that. Why is she shaking her head? Can she hear me?
Well, everyone can hear you. It's...
Who is that? Oh. And there's another gentleman here, and another. There's the back door to the postal office is open.
I
There's
don't
lots
think
of people.
they liked the concern and fear.
Okay, I'm just gonna take a step back here. I'm just gonna take a step. Okay, hello, I'm Stephen. Perhaps you've heard my podcast.
I don't think they're impressed by you though. They expected a lot more.
They're looking me up and down like the size of me up.
Well, you are the first human besides me to interact with their world, and you have not met their expectations.
No?
No. Kind of looks like they're gathering against you, Stephen.
Horatio, was this a trap?
Trap is such a strong word.
Oh my good God.
No, just roll with it and don't unplug. Whatever you do, don't unplug.
Why shouldn't I unplug?
Well, your synapses will snap and you'll be lost within your own insanity, screaming over and over again in a Lovecraftian.
I need a weapon. I need a weapon.
Don't fight back.
All I have are letters. All I have are bags full of post. Okay, no. Why have they got me? They've got me. Get off me.
This might be somewhat off topic, but the fact that you can feel them pulling at you is pretty impressive, isn't it?
Why can I feel them?
Yeah, it's the game's...
Ow, that hurts. Why are they squeezing? Why can I feel them squeezing? Okay, I'm gonna run. I'm gonna run. Ow! He punched me. I'm bleeding. I'm bleeding in the game and in real life. How's that possible?
Well, it needed to be a full simulation, Stephen.
What needed to be a full simulation?
The game. You're part of the game now. The game is part of you. You are connected to us all, Stephen. Everything you feel in the game, you'll feel in real life.
Why are they coming closer? They're all crowding around me.
Yes, you are the
What's happening?
Sacrifice.
It feels strange. It feels...
I'm sorry, Stephen. It's okay, don't be afraid.
I can't...
Welcome the fear.
I don't...
Embrace it.
I don't want to.
Just pledge allegiance to the new god.
Why are they pushing me down on my knees?
As soon as they assimilate you, they'll let me go.
Oh god, no.
And this will be your life.
No,
now.
this isn't...
And then I'll be free.
This isn't...
And then I can do whatever
I don't want
want.
this.
And I can make all the sex bakery games that I like.
No. Oh. Why are they backing away? They're all backing away suddenly. What's happening?
Hang on, let me get in here. This is a turn up for the books.
They look bemused? I don't know. What's that facial expression?
Really? Mm-hmm.
Who are you talking to them?
Yes, we are simpatico. We have a connection.
What are they saying? Are they letting me go?
Yes.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah, they don't want to assimilate you.
They don't. That's brilliant. Wait, what do you mean they don't want to assimilate me?
They don't see the worth in your intelligence. Apparently, I've set the bar too high, and this is my burden to bear.
Well, what the hell does that mean?
Well, they read your blog. They don't think you come from good stock, so...
How bloody... Let me tell you something. I am a world-renowned journalist. You tell me one thing that makes me not good stock.
Oh, well, they didn't like your iTunes selections.
What's wrong with my iTunes selection?
There's a concerning amount of Taylor Swift on there.
Okay, let me tell you something. Can they hear me?
Well, they can hear, they just choose not to listen.
Okay, well, they're gonna listen, okay? They're gonna listen. You know what? The world's gonna listen. That is so trendy to make fun of Taylor Swift. Well, because now that, the cycles turn round from, first of all, she was the cheesy, teen pop star, we put her in the same category as everyone else, and then we got tired of that because, that story had run its course and you couldn't sell any more magazines based on that. So we pushed her off the pedestal and, we sold all the magazines about her downfall, about how she's a horrible person and cold as ice, blah, 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 who's she dating. But, in 8 months when she comes back with this new album, then it's going to be the comeback story, isn't it? You know what? It's just typical. You know what? Maybe I don't want you and your game.
There is also a lot of Nickelback.
Point taken. Thank you for your consideration.